Hey, welcome to another week of Orange Baptist Church Children's Virtual Sunday School. Okay, so this week we have another parable, and this parable comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. And it's called the parable of the talents. Talents were, it was money. So it's basically saying the parable of what to do with your money. So in the story, there's a master, and he is going away on a trip. And he goes and he gives 5 talents to one servant. He gives 2 talents to another servant, and he gives 1 talent to the third servant. And then time goes by, and the servant that had 5 talents, he invests it and makes 5 talents back. So he now has 10, because 5 plus 5 is 10. And the same with the servant that was given 2 talents. He made 2 talents. So he now had 4 talents. Well, the servant that only had 1 talent, he got really scared that he would lose it. And so he knew that his boss was kind of a strict guy. So he went and he dug a hole in the dirt and he buried the 1 talent in the dirt. And then when the master came back after a long time, he gathered the servants, and both the servants that had the 5 talents and the 2 talents said, "Hey, master, look what we did for you. We took the gift you gave us and we made more money with it. And here you go. Let me bless you with double of what you gave me." And the third servant came to him and said, "Master, I know you're a strict guy, so I didn't want to lose it. So what I did is I took my talent or my money and I buried it in the ground. So here's your 1 talent back." Well, guess what the master said? He said, "Oh, this is terrible. You should have done what the other 2 did. You should have invested it and tried to make more back, not bury it." And so that was the story. What are we going to do with that story? What does that mean? What is what is Jesus trying to tell us in all this? Well, I think it's that, each one of us have gifts in our life. So we may not have, in that story it was money, and we may not have money. Some of us do, some of us don't. But we have other things. There's lots of things that God blesses us with. He might bless us with being a good friend to people, or being a good listener. He might bless us with the gift of being able to paint or draw or sculpt. He might bless us with the gift of being able to tell a funny joke or cook or, play a sport really, really well. There's all sorts of different types of gifts and talents that God gives us. And he does that for a reason. It's not just to keep to ourselves and never share with anybody. He gives us gifts so that we can invest those gifts in the people around us. And so if there's something that you have that you think, you know what, I really enjoy doing this, or you know what, I'm actually pretty good at that, I want you to think about how could you use that to invest in the people around you. Maybe you're a great writer. You could write somebody a story that just might really encourage them, or it just might make their day that they got to read a great story. Or maybe you want to cook them something because you love to cook and you think, I'm pretty good at cooking. Well, I know that when I get cookies or something like that, it makes my day because I love cookies. So think about what it is that you like to do. Think about the gifts that Jesus, or the gifts that God has given you. And go out this week and think about how can we invest that in the people around it? How can we invest in maybe your teachers, because you see your teachers, or maybe how can you invest that in your friends, or how can you invest that gift in your next door neighbors? Try to love on people this week with the gifts that God gave you. All right, don't bury that treasure. Have a great week, and I'll see you here next week. Bye-bye. Okay, for our art project this week, we have a guided drawing. So one of the things that God has given me a gift of is I've recently been learning how to paint and draw. And so I really, really enjoy it. And so I thought, you know what? Maybe I could bless you guys with this gift that God has given me. So this week we are going to do a guided drawing of a turkey. And it's kind of a step-by-step thing where I'll tell you each thing to draw one by one so that at the end we'll all have pretty much the same picture. So for this, you're going to need a pencil, some plain white paper is best. I'm going to use oil pastels because I really enjoy using pastels, but I like to outline first with a dark marker. So if you have a Sharpie, you could use Sharpie, or if you just want to use a black Crayola marker, you could do that, but I'm going to use a black oil pastel. So I'm going to switch the camera around so you can see my paper, and we'll do one thing at a time, and then you can do your paper as I do my paper. All right. All right, so to start our picture, we're going to start by making an oval, which is kind of a long circle in the middle of our page. So here is my oval, just like that. Next, we're going to put little arms. These are not turkey arms, but just so you know where we're going with it, we're putting little arms on either side of the oval like that. So you have your oval and two arms. Next, you're going to start on one end of the arm and make a big rainbow to the other side, like this. Okay? And now it kind of looks like a mushroom from Super Mario Brothers. So we're going to add a head so it doesn't look like that anymore. So you're going to make a small kind of sideways U and come down to the oval like that. Maybe like a candy cane. Kind of looks like a candy cane. And then you're going to do another one on this side of it, but go a little bit longer. So you have, this is his neck, and that'll be his head. And then you can connect those like that and add a beak. Now, that looks like a flamingo head. So in order for it to not look like a flamingo head, we're going to add his gobbler, because you know turkeys have gobblers. And we're going to add an eyeball, because we definitely want him to be able to see. Okay? And then the next thing you want to do is add feet. So for his feet, we're going to first make his legs, and then you kind of want to make a upside down V or a diagonal line off each leg like that. And then you're going to come to the middle and make a long one like that. Now we've got to turn these into toes. So we're going to go in here and then connect those. So in, and connect them. And there he has his talons. Now, let's decorate him. We want him to look like he has feathers, and we want to make him kind of look chunky. So first we're going to connect his body to the outside of the rainbow. So it looks like he's got big feathers. And then we're going to make these little, the middle of the feather by doing a straight line, and then you go V, V, V. Do it again. V, V, V. This one, his head's in the way, so we're just going to do one V like that. Again, here. V. Okay, see how his feathers are? Now we're going to make him have kind of feathers on his belly. So you can do little curves like this. And you can just kind of you can do as many as you want with those, but just kind of make it look like he's chunky, because you want a nice fat turkey. All right, now you can, from this point, you can turn your turkey into whatever scene you want. You could put him in a field, you could just color him and make him colorful. I'm gonna put him in some green grass. And he's gonna be out in the sun, enjoying his day. So I'm gonna put a sun in the sky. And then I can go back and I can make my turkey colorful. I can make this feather pink. I could do like kind of a rainbow thing. I can make this one blue. Real turkeys don't have pink and blue feathers, but just for fun. I'm gonna make this one lavender. And I'm gonna make, I want the middle one to be yellow. Oh, I'm getting the black in my yellow. So you gotta be careful. If you're gonna use pastels, be careful not to have it touch the black, because all of a sudden you'll get kind of this gray color. It won't look exactly the way you want it to. I'm just doing this really fast so you can see. And last but not least, I'm gonna do this pretty purpley color. Make his gobbler red. You can tell he has one. And I'm gonna make my turkey brown. It's just a quick draw. And I'm gonna make his beak and his feet, or his talons, orange. And there you go. Now that's my turkey. I can't wait to see what you do with your turkey. Now the great thing about this is now you have a beautiful picture that you've made, and you can give it as a gift to somebody else to invest in them and make their day. All right, I hope you enjoy.